Hi guys, this is Bobby with Bobby Stamps. I was supposed to make this on my Facebook Live 3 weeks ago, I believe it was, and we had some plumbing issues, the virus, there was just so much going on that I did not, I had to cancel my Facebook Live 2 weeks straight in a row. So I told everybody there that I would do a video to show them how I created this, and I'm calling it an accordion prayer pouch, and it opens up like this, and there's 6 pouches. And then on my blog I have the supply list and all the instructions and things like that, and then inside here there is also the prayers that are on my blog, and then I put one on each side, so there's actually 12 prayers here. And I had originally made this, I wanted to have it done so everybody could download it for Easter and use it that way. And I forgot to put my magnets, I don't know if you guys noticed that when I opened it, but I forgot to put my magnets under my DSP here, and so I had to go back in, so that's why that one's a little bit loose, because I didn't do it properly the first time. So that's what this video is going to show you today, how to make this pouch. Now I went ahead, when I was going to do this on my Facebook Live, and I went ahead and created 5 of the pouches ahead of time just so it wouldn't take so long on the Facebook Live. So that's what I have to do now. I have the supply list, and then the instructions are on the back. If you want to visit my blog, it's bobbystamps.com, and that will help you guys if you want to order any of the supplies. So I'm going to have to refer back to these notes because, like I said, it's been 3 weeks since I made this. I'm going to flip my instructions over, and we will just start at that spot, okay? So for my base for the pouch, I used mint macron, and this piece is cut at 3 1/8 by 12. And we're going to score it on the long side at 4 3/4, 5 1/2, 10 1/4, and I lost my, and 11. Okay. So that is for the outside pouch. Now this is going to be for one of the pockets, the last pocket, the 6th one that I just told you I had to make. So this is, which cardstock did I use? Crushed curry, yes, that's what I thought. Okay, crushed curry. And this piece is cut at 6 1/4 by 5 1/4. On the 6 1/4 side, you're going to score it at 3, and then again at 6, and then on the short side we're going to score it at 4 3/4. So right there. Okay. Now let's grab a bone folder and we'll burnish all of our lines that we just made. Okay, so this is going to be for the pocket, and then this is going to be the outside, the actual pouch. So I'm just going to burnish all my score marks. Okay, this has got the little tab here, so on the opposite end, we're going to cut away this piece, just like that. Okay. And then I'm just going to slightly angle both of those pieces, okay? And then we're going to fold that up. So that's how that's going to fold up, just like that, okay? So we want to put our DSP, because this is going to be the front. And let me find my measurements. The DSP for the front of the pouches, so it's for this one. I'll go ahead and tell you those. So you're going to need 2. And these are 2 3/4 by 4 1/2. And then, let me see. I'm trying to find my other. No, I told you wrong, guys. I'm sorry about that. So this one is for the front of the pouch, and this is the one that is 2 3/4 by 4 1/2. The 2 pieces for this piece of DSP is 3 by 4 5/8. So that's for the front and back. Then we have a piece that is 7/8 by 3, and another piece that is 3 or 3/4 by 3, and these are all for this right here. Okay, so this piece is what I'm working on next, and it's 2 3/4 by 4 1/2. So we're going to adhere that right here, and we're going to adhere it before we put the pocket together, because we want to cut, let me show you, we want to cut out our little circle right there. So it's going to be, you can't get in there if you have it sealed closed. So let's go ahead and just put some Tombow there. Okay. Just let that dry just for a minute. I don't want to start putting everything together and have it move on me. So on this right here, I'm going to really score that, because we're going to put our adhesive there and fold that over, and then that piece is going to go up just like that. Let me make sure that, yep, that's how I did it. So this piece right here, I'm going to cut just a little bit more off, just so, because it felt like it was not going to close, like there was a little bit of bulk right there. So I just want to cut that. Okay, I don't know if you guys could see that, but a little bit of glue, I'm sure you saw it right there, oozed out. Okay, so that is why you want to punch that before you put your or seal it shut. So this is going to be the front, and you can pick whichever design, and I believe I like this one because the butterfly is showing up very nicely on that. So what I want to do before I do that, though, I don't want to forget on this one, is I want to put my magnets down, because I forgot it on the original one, and I wanted to hide it under the DSP. You don't have to do it. How I did it on this one was I just put it there and put one there, and then used my 1/2 inch circle punch and punched out the coordinating color. But for this one, I did kind of want to, now this one I'll have to, did I not get to? This one I'm gonna have to do that for this flap, because this is where it's gonna go, is there. So I'm just gonna grab a mini glue dot. Okay guys, I am back. I'm sorry about that. I got a phone call, got disrupted, and had to start the video over. You might notice a wardrobe change. That's because it's the next day. I didn't want you guys to think you were losing your mind or anything. Hold on just a second. Had to get my cart. It had gotten moved as well. I think when we left off, I didn't even go back and watch because I didn't want to rewind it, but I know I was about to put on the magnetic for the magnetic closure. So what I'm going to do is put both of them together, and I'm going to place this right about where I think I'm going to want it. I'm going to grab a mini glue dot and place right on the back like that, and then I'm just going to kind of eyeball it, trying to put it right in the center is what I want to do. Okay, and I'm going to grab my 1/2 inch circle punch, and hopefully I have a scrap piece of mint macaron laying around here. Okay, I'm just going to pop out one little circle, and like I said, with the original one that I made, you can put it just like I had it, just put one there, and be done with it. But I'm going to try to hide this one underneath the DSP. So what you're going to do is put another mini glue dot on the back of this one, like that, and then line this up, and then just push that together, and then that will release that magnet there. Then we're going to put another mini glue dot on the back here, and then just place your little circle right there to cover that up. So then that way when you close, they're automatically going to find each other, And then I think this was the piece I wanted for the front because I liked that little butterfly right there. Okay, so let me grab my Tombow, and I'm just going to put some Tombow on the back of that DSP, and then place that right on the front and right over that magnet. And Tombow is very gracious. It gives you a couple of minutes in case things go wonky and you need to readjust. Going to do the same thing on the back. And just make sure you have it above your little bend, and then make sure you're lining that up pretty good there too. Okay, and then this piece I believe goes right here. Let's see what it looks like if we turn it. I like that better, so that way I don't have those same colors. I'm just making sure though I do have the right pieces. I think I do. So we'll just put this piece right here. And I'm just looking at my score marks when I do this and making sure that I'm lining them up this way too, that they're as close as I can get them that way. So you just want to make sure you're in between your score marks. Then let's put some here. And that will be the front flap. So just really make sure you're getting this one good. I feel like I'm not moving and my paper keeps moving on me. See it? Trying to straighten that corner up a little bit. Okay. There we go. Okay, so that is the box done. Now let's move on to our pockets. And then I'm just making sure, so what I did was the soft suede, mint macaron, and then crushed curry in that order. And so what we're going to do with these is I'm going to take my tear tape, and for the back one I'm going to put 2 pieces on it. You could even do 3 if you want to, but I'm okay with that. Then when I flip that over, we're going to put tear tape right on the front, but you don't want it to stick up over your, so I'm going to tear just a smidge of that off. I teared just a little bit too long. You could do 2 and do them like here, but I'm just going to do 1 right down the center of each one of these. Okay. So you guys see why I made the pockets ahead of time, because we would have been here for a while if I made them all on camera. So we're just going to put 1 down the center of each one, and it's your choice if you want to do 1 or if you want to do 2, because this is what's going to hold them together. I did 1 in my original design and I have not had any problems. It doesn't look like it's about to come undone or anything like that. Okay, so then I'm just going to flip these over and I'm going to peel off the tape, and then you're going to take your next one and you're just going to line it up and put it on there, and you're just going to repeat this for every single one of these. Okay, I'm going to stop the video so that you guys don't have to watch me do each one of these, and it'll speed up the amount of time spent on this video as well. Okay guys, so I have the tear and tape off of this one. This one I am going to put 2 because it's going to be on the front. So the front and back I am doing 2. I'm actually going to put 3 just because that one I put in the center Okay, and I do think I'll flip it over and put just one more on the back as well, right down the center. Just for security. Okay, so let's peel these off. And then we'll peel these two off. And so as you can see, that's what makes your accordion, is for them sticking together like that. Tear and tape is very strong. I'm going to line it up. I'm going to make sure I'm above my score marks or it will not open. And then you also want to make sure that you're centering it on your sides as well. And then it just fits perfectly, right like that. And then you'll just close this one up and push down on that. And then there you have your accordion. So just really make sure you're giving it a good push. And you could actually omit the first one of putting the DSP, since it's getting stuck directly to that. You're not seeing that first piece of DSP anyway. So that's entirely up to you if you want to omit that piece. And then we'll just close that back. I'm trying to clear up some of my mess. Okay, let's move on to the decoration of it. We're going to stamp in soft suede the sentiment that says "Hold on to hope." Got to get a little bit of ink on there so I can see which way is up. And then just stamp that right in the center. Okay, I did it upside down, but evidently that doesn't matter. We can just flip it around. Okay, so we're just going to put this then right here at the bottom. And I am going to pop that up using Stampin' Dimensionals. I'm going to put 3 on there, I think. Okay, and then you're just going to put that right there at the bottom, towards the bottom anyway. And then we're going to move on to making our flowers. You are going to need some mint macaron. And the mint macaron I have already ran through the Mosaic 3D embossing folder. And so I'm going to pop out using the flower punch. I'm going to pop out, you're going to need 2 for each flower. And we've got 3, so we're going to need 6. Okay, I cannot believe I got them all out of that one. Okay, then what you want to do is grab your piercing mat. You can use your stylist, or if you have an aqua painter, and just give them a good push right in the center to make that flower. Okay. And I go back and repeat this after I even glue them together. We're going to take some Tombow, put right in the middle, and then you want to offset your flowers, your leaves, so that way they look fuller. And that's, you kind of flatten them out when you do this. So that's why I go back in and repeat that process, just because you want to push kind of in the center so you can get that Tombow to take hold. And in the process you do flatten them just a little bit. You don't flatten them too much, but it's enough to where it makes me want to go back in and repeat that. Okay, then you're going to take a piece of crushed curry, run through the same embossing folder, take your 1/2" circle punch, and then you're going to pop out three little circles. And then we're going to put those, decide which side you want to be your upside. Put a little bit of Tombow, that might be too much. I think I'm going to share some with that piece. And you're just going to place them right in the center of the flower. I thought looked up for a second to make sure I was still in view, and I thought my camera was telling me I was out of time. It's like, I know this has been a long video, but I surely didn't think I was on here that long. So we're going to let this dry, the Tombow take hold before we go back in and push down on them, because we don't want to move that centerpiece. I've got a little bit of glue that popped out on that one, so I'm just going to wipe that off. So we're going to leave that just for a second. I'm just going to move those out of my way, move my piercing mat for a minute. I'm going to bring in my Big Shot, and then I already have another piece of soft suede that is run through that same embossing folder. Take the smallest, oh, hold on a minute, let me find my piercing tool. Looks like when I die cut that last heart or cross out, and then you're going to get this little image as well. Oh, you know what, I got the wrong heart, I think. Do I? I don't think I do. Hold on a minute, we'll find out. I think you actually get both of those when you pop this out. Yes, so you're going to get the heart that I'm going to use today. Let me move this out of the way. So you're going to get this heart, and then you'll also get the frame that went around it. If I can get mine to pop out of there. I don't have any nails anymore. So you're also going to get that one. So you could use either one that you prefer to go on there. Now I'm going to take some linen thread, and I'm just going to wrap it around my fingers a few times and then pinch it together. Now you can use a glue dot. What did I hear mine are? And I'm just going to stick a mini glue dot right about here, because that's about where I'm going to start my flowers, and then I'm just going to put that down. And this is actually, this is not linen thread, it's a little bit fuzzier, I guess. This is the Braided Burlap. Let me show you. And I just peeled a whole bunch of it apart. So here's what this is when you peel it apart. I'm just being lazy, and I don't want to go over to my drawer and get the actual linen thread. But I'll show you here in just a minute. So I'm just going to stick that mini glue dot. I'm just trying to keep this in place now, and just until I get my flowers down. So I'm just going to put one right there. It's not a big deal if you don't do that, because our flowers are going to hold that all in place, okay? So let me take our cross. But yeah, this is the linen thread. You can see it in the background right there. It's just not as, I guess, fuzzy is what I want to call it, because you can see more fraying on this. Just put a little bit of Tombow on the back of that cross. And then right here, where it said hold, was where I placed the cross. Now, let's bring in our mat again and just redo that first step, okay? Then you could do mini glue dots. That's what I used on the first one, but then I ended up not liking the way it ended up looking, so I'm going to use Tombow, and I'll show you what I mean. You can kind of see, and I didn't like that you could see that. So I'm going to place one here, one up here, and one right there. And you just want to make sure that they're taking hold before you go crazy and start moving them around. And then once they do, I'm taking these are the holiday. I think the peacock ones would match as well, but I thought these kind of blended in a little bit well with the crushed curry. So let's just put one right there in the center of each flower. These just love to stick to my fingers. And then I'm going to take one and put, if I can get it picked up, right in the center of the cross. Right in the center of the cross. Kind of move it and then push down. Okay, there you guys go. Oh, you know what? We forgot our butterfly. Hold on. So with that same crushed curry, just pop out one of the little butterflies with the butterfly duet punch. And then this one you could use a mini glue dot, but again, I could see it and it bugged me, so I'm just going to use Tombow for this as well. So you'll just put your little butterfly right there. And then you're going to put one of the rhinestones right in the center of the butterfly. Okay. Now, there you guys go. That is that project. To do the, I'm not going to make them with you. You can just measure it out for the tags. You will, of course, need it to be 2 inches. You will put it in your punch, pop that out, and then measure it to the length that you want where it's going to fit down in here. And I believe mine was like right about 5 inches. Then print off your Bible verses and glue them on there, cut them down to measure, and then I just ran a whole bunch of these through that embossing folder, and I just wanted decorative at the bottom, so that's what I did that for. And I believe I did them all in the crushed curry. I don't think I mixed any of them. Let me grab another one and we'll see, but I'm pretty sure, yeah, I just did them all in the crushed curry, just because you can see the prayer. I mean, you could leave it long, but I didn't like that look, so that's why I wanted to add that little decorative at the bottom. If you have any questions about this project, guys, feel free to email me or leave a comment, let me know. But I just think it's super cute, and I think it's something that we can all use right now. Thanks so much, guys, for joining me today. Please hit the like button and subscribe, and everybody please stay safe.